John Doe here to introduce Workspaces Content and Subscriptions in Salesforce. Workspaces and content are just a way of sharing and contributing together on documents and other content in Salesforce. You can upload any file, but it particularly works well with Google Documents, which can either be documents, spreadsheets, or even presentations, just like you would do in PowerPoint. In order to work in Workspaces, click on the tab Workspaces, and I've already created a workspace for John Doe. You do this by clicking on the New tab, entering a name and description, and then adding members to it. In this case, in John Doe's, I've added John Doe, and I'd like to add Jane Doe as well. So I'm going to add Jane Doe, and it'll ask me what permissions to give her. I'd like for her to be able to add tags, add content, and be able to make comments, which is an author position, or an author permission. So now Jane can see any of the documents that I put in here. I've already got an existing document that I want to add called a cool document. So I'm going to add that. It'll ask me to publish to a shared workspace. Everyone has their own personal workspace, but I want to share this with Jane Doe. So this will be John Doe's workspace. John Doe has the ability to contribute it in either his or Jane's name, but in this case I'll be John. And I want to add a tag called coolness. It's already in there. I could also add one called staff relations, because maybe staff relations wants to know how cool we are. This is a document about how cool the Doe family is. And then I click Publish. I can either view the content or contribute another one, or just close this window. In this case, I'd like to close the window. There it is, right there. It's important to remember in Google Documents that you have to share the document itself with whomever you want to have view it. In this case, I want Jane to be able to see a cool document in both this workspace and within Salesforce. I'd also like for her to be able to view it, and anyone in CRM to be able to view it, but for Jane to also be able to edit it. To do this, I'm going to click on this content, a cool document, and I'm going to open it. So we'll open it in Google Docs. This is a document I've made for the cool Doe family. I've inserted a table of contents, which I want to update. And then I want to share this and make sure that Jane can see it. So I'm going to click on Who Has Access. Jane can edit it because I've already given her that access. And I want anyone in CRM to be able to view it. So I'm changing those. Now anyone can view this document within that workspace. Because Workspace could contain hundreds of documents, it makes it easy to sort with the category, the number of downloads, the rating, and number of comments. What's nice about content is that you can add comments and talk about your documents as you're making them without putting those comments in the document itself. You can also subscribe to different parts of it. So if I want to subscribe to this tag called coolness, I'll click subscribe to tag. If I want to see everything that John Doe writes, then I'll subscribe to this author. And if I want to show everything in this workspace or subscribe to it, then I'll subscribe to the workspace, which means that anytime anything is added or changes in this workspace, I'll get a notification by email. Featured is a way of saying that this is a really great, this is a really important document within the workspace. So in this case, it's very important. And I'd like to give it a vote, which says, I really found this document valuable. So John Doe's workspace, and you can see that the cool document is now a featured content, which means it's got a little star next to it. You can also see that John Doe should have received an email letting him know that someone had added something to this workspace. Here it is. So, This is just an email from Salesforce letting him know that something's been added. This is a new comment about the school document. So it's just a comment that happened. I'm going to make a comment on this. This is a good place to be able to write feedback to each other about documents that you might be working on together. Also, if anyone has downloaded or looked at this content, it will show up here. And if anyone has subscribed to it, it'll show up here. I'm going to subscribe to this document just to show what that looks like. So I click on the subscribe button and then refresh my page. And it should show me as a subscriber. There I am. If you want to see all the places that you've subscribed to, you can click on subscriptions. So you can see that there's 2 documents called a cool document. You can see the tags, which is a coolness tag, author is John Doe, and a workspace of John Doe's workspace and my cool workspace. That's a very quick overview of workspaces, subscriptions, and content within Salesforce. Please enjoy this feature. We hope that you really like it. Any feedback that you have for us, we'd love to hear at salesforce.crmleaders.org. Thanks.